We're back with breaking updates coming in after U.S. President Trump's warning. Hamas frees more hostages. The Israel-Hamas ceasefire hostages and prisoners being released. We have visuals coming in of the celebrations that have erupted. Big moment after 498 days, more hostages being released. After the warning came from the U.S. President Donald Trump. Remember, U.S. President Donald Trump had made it clear that if Hamas ceases to send out any more hostages, then the ceasefire will end. My colleague Rishabh is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Rishabh, this is a big update. President Trump was clear in his message when he sent out that message to Hamas, and now more hostages have been released.
Well, Pratibha, definitely. There was a deadline that was given by Israel as well as the United States that if the hostages are not released, the three hostages are not released by Hamas by Saturday end of the day, the ceasefire will be null and void and Israel will begin its operations against Hamas once again. Initially, there were reservations coming in from Hamas, given that they were unhappy with the way the hostages were the hostage news was being used by Israel against Hamas, but now looks like they have given in, and Hamas has handed over three, hostages via Red Cross to Israel, and vice versa will be seen from Israel as well.
Okay, all right. So, Rishabh, does this mean, of course, that the ceasefire will continue? Because President Trump had also said that if hostages are not released, then the ceasefire will end. But Hamas has now freed more hostages.
Well, definitely, the ceasefire continues, and, there were 33 hostages that were to be released as of now, including today's three. About 12 hostages have been released as the process goes on toward a complete and long-lasting ceasefire. As of now, the ceasefire continues. An official statement from IDF has come in that the hostages have been handed over from Red Cross to the IDF. And now we'll have to wait and see how things unfold from here, what the next course of action would be. But for now, the ceasefire continues.
Okay, all right. So Hamas has now released more hostages. In fact, President Trump had given a warning to Hamas, and now more hostages being handed over. And look at the visuals on your screens. First, of course, marks that moment when the hostages were actually handed over, and the images of these hostages also being released. So with Hamas all around, the hostages finally returning after several days, over 498 days of captivity, they are finally seeing freedom. And this is a very emotional moment, after which they will also be reuniting with their family members. So as part of the ceasefire deal, the Israeli military saying that the Hamas has handed over 3 more hostages. The visuals also show the hostages being handed over to the Red Cross. The military saying that Hamas decided to return the hostages after several warnings had come from the U.S. President Donald Trump as well as the IDF. So the Israeli military saying that the hostages have been handed over after parading them in front of a large crowd in Gaza. The visuals of which you're seeing on the screens. These are the hostages who have been paraded, but after which they will be finally returning home. Almost 500 days that they've been in captivity, and they will be reuniting with their family. With that, it's time for us to slip into a short break here.